Hello, my name is Elisa Bruttini and I am the director of the Fondazione Musei Senesi, the museum network, which is a technical partner of the project. The exhibition we realized involved several people. First of all, my colleague, Maria, was responsible for education, and of course the museum staff, the director and the museum operators, the precious collaborators of Siena School for Liberal Arts, and finally the photographers involved in the exhibition. So Daniele Le Rose, an internationally known deaf artist, and all the other professionals or amateurs invited by the call. The public who visited the double exhibition in Murlo between April and October could see two different series of photographs exhibited together with the archaeological collections of the museum in two different rooms. The first was a selection of photos by Daniele Le Rose, focused on the connection between the aesthetic of sign language and some hidden stories which are usually invisible but now able to activate new reflections and new discussions. The second was instead a series of photos by 6 young deaf photographers interpreting deaf culture, deaf story and deaf word through their personal experience. It sounds quite unusual, isn't it? Let's say that past and present are always combined, especially in such a particular museum in Murlo, a small town in the surrounding of Siena, where the collection is about the everyday life of a lively city and not the traditional necropolis. And we can say that also the deaf photos are telling us something about the everyday life of deaf people, of deaf culture. We can also trace a comparison between the sign language and the Etruscan alphabet. And eventually, we could say that this museum is particularly sensible to inclusion themes. So it has some tactile panels. It often works with people with Alzheimer, and so it was the perfect place for experimenting such an exhibition. Thanks to the museum staff, we collected many responses about the double exhibition, especially from hearing visitors. Usually deaf people do not visit this museum or other museum of our network, but this time some deaf people came, the photographers and all the participants of the opening. The exhibitions were really appreciated also for the aesthetic quality of the photographs and aroused great interest around the project. Probably photography as a narrative tool is important for engaging people and for translate some emotional and complex meaning. Yes, the exhibition ended in October with the visit of the group of partners of the project here in Siena. The photographs by Daniele Le Rose were exhibited in other museums and places before, so let's suppose that they are traveling somewhere else. Fondazione Musei Senesi would like to continue to engage deaf artists and to work with deaf community, maybe thanks to the collaboration with Siena School for Liberal Arts and all the other partners of the project. It has been a very significant experience. We learned that a professional mediation is necessary, not only a sign language interpreter. There is a delicate balance to be respected, and any approach to deaf community would happen gradually. For the hearing people, really interested in such a project, there is a whole universe to discover, and art is of course a privilege means.